Hello everyone, welcome to my October financial reset video. If you are new here, my name is Alyssa. I make videos all about finances and personal budgeting, and I show you my real life numbers, and I'm fully transparent with how much I spend on everything, even if I overspend sometimes. So today we are going to go through our October budget and kind of what we've got set up for it. Usually in my reset videos, I do I close out the previous month and then I show you what we were budgeting for the new month. But today is Saturday, October 27th, not October, November. I'm losing my mind. Today is Saturday, September 27th, and that means that we still have a few days left in the month. So I didn't want to close out September just yet, but I'm really antsy to get you guys my October numbers. So that is why we are making this video today, and then keep an eye out next week for my closeout of September. If you are not new here, you might notice that we have a new filming area, and that is because I transformed a spare bedroom of ours into an office space. I have been wanting to do this for over a year. Last year, I bought some things like a chair and some other stuff to kind of transform this space, and I just never got to it. Literally, the chair has been sitting in a box in my basement for almost a year now, and I was like, I need to do this. So the reason why I hadn't done it yet was because of the budgeting journey, and we had some savings on hand. So I went ahead and I made a budget of $500 to redo my spare bedroom and turn it into an office space. So there will be a video coming also about how we transformed the office space, how much we spent, and everything that went into it. And then I need to move. I have a cabinet that I'll move back here. I'll put a plant or a candle or whatever we have around the house on that, so it won't be so bare bones all the time. Anyways, I digress. You guys will see all of this in another video. Also, holding this because it's a little echoey in here, to be honest. So I need to figure out the echo situation. Obviously, the microphone works just well, but I just hate having to hold it. And if I clip it down here, I feel like the audio isn't as good. I did some tests, and I'm just gonna hold it to ensure that you guys hear me loud and clear and crisp. Let's go ahead and get into my October financial reset video, showing you guys my October budget. So not only is my filming space new, but actually I have a new spreadsheet. I have been working behind the scenes to make a more appealing and user-friendly budget spreadsheet, and that is because I want to make it available eventually to you guys if you want a new spreadsheet to kind of use for budgeting. And then I think I might even sell some budgeting templates, like spreadsheets on Etsy at some point, but that'll be in the future here. So for right now, we are diving right into our new spreadsheet, and you guys will see here October 2025, there's a lot happening at this moment. October is going to be a little bit of a rough one in regards to using up some savings, and it was planned. We're gonna go on vacation and we had it planned, so we were really beefing up our savings more than we usually would, and so that is why it's gonna kind of look scary here, but I'm going to explain everything. I've started my screen recording and we are going to get right into our income. So my husband's paychecks, we are expecting about $6,000 for the month of October. For my paychecks from my full-time job, I am expected to bring in $3,564. Popping in a little later here, I'm editing this video right now, and I actually realized that I forgot an entire paycheck for myself. October is a 3-paycheck month for me instead of a 2-paycheck month. So my income for October is $5,346, which means our actual left to budget amount is $1,881. So I've got that whole extra paycheck to work with, so I'll put it towards student loans or whatever, but I needed to pop in here and tell you that it is a 3-paycheck month for me instead. I also get another form of paychecks because I do social media for my husband's business, so they do pay me. So I will make $387 in October for that. Other income, we have $200. So this is actually, if you guys haven't seen previous budget with me's, maybe you've noticed the $200 before. That is actually for my son. It's like an income for him, but for his daycare. That is because it's a really long story, but we used to go to a previous daycare and we decided to move him to a better one, I guess. Better where like they just do more with them. It's a specific style of daycare. I just don't want to give out too much, but I tried to protect my son in all means with the internet. And so pretty much our daycare bill went from like $800 a month to $1,800 a month. And my husband's parents really wanted him to be able to go to this new daycare. So they offered to give us $200 every month towards his daycare bill. So that's where that $200 comes from. I'm always transparent about how we get our money. And one thing I want you to be aware of is that you never know whose parents are helping them out with money. So never feel behind, because people are probably getting more than $200 from their parents in a month. A lot of times, not a lot, but like a lot of people do it on their own. But just be aware that sometimes people get money from their parents and they're not honest that they're getting money from their parents. That's just a side note. And then for transfers, we are transferring in this is painful. We are transferring in $7,750 into our account. That is coming from our savings. The reason for this is because, one, we have a investment savings. If you watch one of my previous videos, I will link it down below, where we sold a home and we got a lump sum of money that we needed to invest. We are choosing to invest that money slowly instead of all at once. I'll link that video so you can see it if you haven't already. But we invest $5,000 every month from that lump sum until that lump sum is down to zero. So we're still needing to invest some of that money. So $5,000 of that is going to go into our investment account. I'm going to max out our Roth IRA in October because we've already got some money that is in our Roth IRA. So that will finish out maxing it. And then we'll put the rest of it into just like our regular brokerage. We are also transferring money in because we are going on vacation. We, as a family, me and my son are hijacking a work trip of my husband's. And so he is going down to Georgia. So we are going to go we're doing a family road trip down there. We have the hotel that is paid for down there for us, but we have to stay in hotels on the way, like one hotel on the way down there because of how far it is, and then one hotel on the way back. And then we have to pay for gas and food. So we went ahead and pulled out $2,000 for our vacation fund. Hopefully we don't spend $2,000, but I'm erring on the side of caution. And then we have to pay for our dogs. She has to be boarded while we are gone on vacation. So we are budgeting $600 for her for that. And then I have $150 that is also coming in. And that is because I am moving money over to our checking account from my own separate savings. So my husband and I have separate savings, and then we have joint savings. I am moving some money from my separate savings because I'm getting my hair done this month. I don't get my hair done super often. I would say probably anywhere between like 2 to 4 times a year. Maybe that is a lot. I'm not sure. But I am gonna go get my hair done in October, and I'm just gonna use some of my savings that I have. This is why I said it's a rough month. We have saved a lot since the beginning of the year, and that's just kind of like we went ahead and we just got really serious about adding money to our savings. I think for us, we could easily just be on the air of like 3 months for right now. Moral of the story is we just have saved a lot, and we don't really have like designated sinking funds. As I've talked about before, I am going to set up sinking funds for 2026. So I will have a whole video of how we are setting up sinking funds for 2026, because I just visually need like a vacation fund or a dog fund or whatever. Because when we just take large sums of this just from our general savings, I'm like, okay, that was painful and it felt a lot. It literally, the $2,000, I know that like we had saved knowing that we were going to go on a vacation, but I started questioning. I was like, maybe my son and I shouldn't go with, and my husband should just go, because I don't know, maybe it would save money for him to just get a flight out there instead of us driving and getting hotels. And then I was like, no, you need to go on vacation and have a good family trip and enjoy your time. So that's what we're doing. We're just going to use the savings. For rollover, I have $200 rolling over. That is because we will have $200 left in our checking account that we will not have spent in the month of September. So that will roll over for October. And then for other income of $200, that is because we are selling some stuff here in October, and I know that we can easily make $200 on what we're going to sell, but I just want to err on the side of caution and go with the lower amount that I'm expecting that we could make from selling things. And hopefully we will make more than that. But that brings our total budgeted income, even though it involves transfers, to $18,301. If you are not counting the $7,750, our like actual bring in income is $10,551. Let's move in to our budgeted amounts of what we're going to spend out here. So usually in my last budget spreadsheets, you guys see that I just have like one bills category. So with this new spreadsheet, I am breaking them all out. For our budgeted categories, our mortgage is $1,095.65. Car payment is $1,150.31. I know y'all are gonna roast me because my car costs more than my house. If you are interested to see why I'm choosing to keep my car, I will link that video right down below. It is in the video of when I go through the Money Guys financial order of operations. I explain in that video why I'm choosing not to get rid of my car. So if you really want to know before you comment and hate me, just watch that and then you can comment if you want. But for daycare this month, we've already gotten our statement for October, and that statement is $1,831.49. They charge us by the day. So in months like October, where there's more days in the month, that's where it gets more expensive. Power and gas, that is $187. Water is $45.29. Internet is $94.46. We do not pay our sewer and trash this month because it is only once every 3 months. Insurance is $162. That is our car insurance, and that my husband is the one that is like savvy about our insurance. He constantly calls and like tries to negotiate with our insurance company or others. So shout out to him. For groceries, we are allotting $650 for the month. That is because we are going on that vacation, which will be an entire week that will be gone. So we will not have groceries for that. And then I am trying out some new things in the month of October. I'm going to be vlogging the whole thing, but I need to be better about my grocery bill. If you guys have seen my previous videos, our grocery budget just keeps like increasing. So I'm going to branch out. I need to try Aldi, and we just need to get better about what we're spending. So that is why grocery budget is cut down there. I will show the entire process. Also, because we're going on vacation and we're going to be gone for a week, I'm doing a whole freezer clean out, pantry clean out, all of that. So I've got a plan for the groceries. TP fund for the month is going to be $50. That's because we really don't need anything. So we're just gonna put $50 just in case something pops up. My son, he is just going to get $25. That is because we have a whole, I have like a whole section of being able to buy him some things while we are on vacation. And so we're not really gonna spend much on him getting anything during the month because we will be giving him, we have money set aside basically for him to be able to get some stuff while we are on vacation. For gas, we have $25. That is because we just filled up our gas tank and it literally cost us 18 cents to fill up our entire gas tank. That is because we have like a fuel saver program through our grocery store, and I will explain all of that in my September closeout video. So keep an eye out for that. But we are planning for $25 for that, and that is just to, if I need to top it off for whatever reason between now and the end of October, which is probably not likely because I usually only use one tank of gas for the entire month anyways. And then I have in the $2,000 for vacation is gas money. For fun, I just have $20 here. Again, we're not really going to do much until the vacation. So this is just, like I've said before, if we want to get ice cream or something. We love our ice cream runs. For pets, I have $60 there just in case. I do think, yeah, she's definitely going to need food in the month of October. So we will get her food. I don't know how much my husband has of Menards rebates, but we'll spend $60 on her food if we need to fill in some money. So for subscriptions, I am canceling some subscriptions here. So I'm canceling our YMCA membership, and that is because now that summer is over, the pool is closed, and I didn't really have anything else that I wanted to sign my son up for like activity wise, because all of the like really fun ones are in the summer. So we're just going to cancel that and we will re-up it next year. And then I went ahead and went in to Hulu, and I saw that you could go and cancel Hulu right now and it would give you a $2.99 per month deal for 6 months. So I went in and did that. I went to cancel it. I would have canceled it anyways, like if I really needed to, but for it to give me that $2.99 promotional, like to keep it, I went ahead and did that. So if you haven't already and you want to see if maybe your Hulu will show you that, go in and hit cancel, and it might give you like something to extend it for $2.99 a month. Also, highly recommend that you do that for anything on like Amazon Prime. Like if you get Paramount Plus or anything like that, you can go ahead and go and cancel it, and it will give you like a promotional like credit where it will make it cheaper for you every month. So that is a hack. I don't know if that hack works like all the time, so maybe don't abuse it, but it is a hack if you're trying to cut back. We have $80 set aside for my husband's gas stations and $120 set aside for his lunches. Unfortunately, he kind of blows this every month, so hopefully he won't blow this one, but October should be a little better. He usually works out on the road, like he's out all day, like in his truck, going to different sites. And so in October and in the winter months, it slows down where he's in office more. So he's able to actually like eat at his office. So that ends up saving us money. But for the time being, when he goes out and about, it's up in the air on how much he spends. For our total eating out category, we do have $100 set aside for that. Again, we're going to be eating out every single day when we are on vacation. So we just really need to focus on doing a clean out here of the food that we have and just being more mindful about what we're spending. For unexpected, we have $50, and then miscellaneous spending is $150. That is because that includes my hair. So I just put that under the miscellaneous spending category to get my hair done. I don't know if it will be $150. I'm not sure, but again, I've said it 3 times now, erring on the side of caution and putting more than what I'm thinking. For holiday, I am setting aside $20. That is because we'll have to get some Halloween candy to hand. So we've got $20. And then I've got $0 in projects. Projects is a category here because I set it into September's budget, and that is for this room. So it's just in here. Vacation, this is the $2,600, $600 for our dog, $2,000 for. Also the boarding, I should say, it sounds high, but she gets a play day every day. So that is extra. And then we're also having them give her a bath and do her nails. So that's why it's expensive. I know that you guys would probably be like, just do it yourself, which we have before, and it clogs our bathtub every single time. And I don't want a plumbing bill. So I would rather them just bathe her and me not end up with a clogged plumbing in our bathtub. And then this is the sucky one, and this is because I have to get all new tires on just wear and tear. You just have to get new tires every so often because of the type of car that I have. It has unfortunately some better, I don't know, it's the size of the tires is unfortunately I don't want to say a rare one, but like not as common. And so the tires with the mounting and everything included will be $1,600. Again, because we don't have the sinking funds, that is why it would be nice to have like a car fund, sinking fund, so that I could actually visualize like how much is in that, because we do save just in general towards the car, but I would love to see that like broken out instead of it just like coming out of our savings. In reality though, I think our income is covering that $1,600 anyways for the month. So I don't believe that's even coming out of our, it's not even coming from our savings. It's just coming from our income. But that would have gone into savings or towards debt or whatever. That is something to keep in mind if you are going to get an expensive car, that not only is the car expensive and like the monthly expenses or the monthly bill really high, your maintenance and your tires and all of that could potentially be really expensive too. And we have to use premium gas. So thankfully we have a hybrid and we use that grocery fuel saving because that really helps us to save, but we do have to get premium gas in it and obviously premium price on tires. For savings this month, we are not saving anything. We are just taking from savings and we are not adding to it. But we do have a higher savings for like the reality of what is going to come up or like emergency wise. So we are pausing on saving and most of it is going towards debt, except for this month where we are going on vacation and getting tires. I have the $5,000 that is going into investments, and then I have $3,000 allotted to go to student loans. So that means that we are spending, now that I took out that other unexpected, we have $100 left. I'm going to leave that for a rollover. So that will stay there and will roll over into November. And hopefully we won't spend as much maybe on vacation or whatnot, but we'll see. If we do, we do. But yeah, this looks crazy. And that amount of money is literally just because of the $5,000 that we're investing. So $18,000 is an insane amount. I showed it to my husband and I was like, this is crazy. He's like, that's what happens when you go on vacation and you have to invest. And so this is certainly not the normal. Once we have all that money invested into the brokerage account and our Roth IRA, then it won't, like our budget months, like our monthly budgets won't look this like inflated. So just be aware of that this is not the norm for our every month. And obviously going on vacation is not our norm either, because we only go on vacation like once a year. So that is where we are at for that. And then we're going to move on to just our little section here that shows how our expenses are broken out. So for fixed expenses, it is 25% of our budgeted amount for this month. Variable expenses are 31%. That includes the vacation. Savings is 0% because we are not saving anything. Invested is 27% and debt is 16%. So that is our breakdown for where all of our expenses are going. And like I said, definitely not a normal month for us, but it is something that, I don't know, I guess we just got to get this vacation going here, enjoy our time, still live life while we're on a budget. We've gone almost a year now of just like saving and paying off debt and all of this and like not spending much. And then obviously we have this like vacation and all of that where we're spending some money that I am not used to spending. So I do feel kind of guilty, to be honest, spending this money and going on the vacation. But I do know that I can't be expected to just stay in my house and not do anything while I'm on this debt-free journey. And that is like, some people, I guess, would think that you maybe shouldn't do anything, you shouldn't have any fun. But I would say that as long as you're expecting it and budgeting for it and saving up for it, like we did, you should be able to go and do it guilt-free. So, I'm just kind of waffling back and forth with myself on that one, but that's kind of where we're at. I just need to accept it and we're just going to go and have a good time and we can save the money again for next year and probably take another vacation. Maybe controversial to take a vacation and all of that when you're on a budget. I can't really do much about the tires. So the tire situation is, we looked up other options, and yeah, like you're just, no matter how we kind of try to, where we try to get the quote from, or if we tried to do it ourselves or whatever, like we're still looking at over $1,000 for those tires. So just the tires themselves, just the tires, not even putting them on or anything like that. So we are just kind of like, it just is what it is to have that expensive car, and that has like expensive tires that go along with it. At least we have a good income that can help for it. And I should say, if you are new here and you've made it this far, the debts that we have are low in interest. So our student loan debts are low in interest, and then my car debt is low interest for that. So it's not ideal, but we also aren't paying a ton of money in interest every month. So we don't have like credit card debt or anything like that. We strictly just have these two debts, the student loans and the car. So we're working through those, and then that is what will get us to be eventually debt-free by getting rid of those. We are still on track, even with all the spending happening, to pay off the student loans in June of 2026, and then we will work on the car after that. And then so far this month, I do want to mention, you guys will see it in my September closeout video, but at this point in time, we have paid $3,900 to our student loans in September, and I still have some more money to add to it. So we're doing really good there, and we'll put $3,000 towards it in October, even with all of this other spending happening. So that's really good. I am still making a great progress towards the student loans. So I think it's just like finding comfort and finding balance in paying off the debts and still living life and having a good time. That's just the reality of it. And this is real life, and these are my real numbers. And I'm always going to be honest with you guys about where I'm spending my money. And I would never try to hide like a vacation or any sort of spending from you guys. So that is why I'm telling you it, even if maybe you don't like it or you're not thrilled about how much we're spending. I just want to be honest with you guys. My dog just came in the room and scared the crap out of me. She pushed through the door and scared the crap out of me. Anyways, so that is why I just want to make sure that I'm being honest and upfront with you guys, showing you what it actually looks like to be on a budget, but still kind of living life and just kind of finding a good mixture between the two. I'm very grateful, incredibly grateful that my husband and I are good earners. And so we're able to kind of do all of this while still making good debt payments. But don't feel discouraged if you maybe don't have that amount. Just put whatever you can towards your debts. You will get there. I assure you, it just takes a lot of diligence. And trust me, it's not always fun to pay off debt. So we are working our way towards it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching if you've gotten this far, and tell me in the comments below if you made it to the end. Just type something like made it to the end or an emoji or something like that that shows that you got to this point. So I will see you guys in my next video. I really appreciate you supporting me, and this has just been an incredible journey so far.